constantly skirting the edge. I want to hear it. Just you. Tell me, what team?
Side?
Choose a side.
I've been pretty clear throughout the tournament. My favorite team is LGD, so...
You can't keep avoiding it. I won't.
I'm not avoiding it.
Very well.
Just decide who my favorite team is.
We'll see if she's able to finally choose a side after this
God.
game. But it is a long-awaited match. Alliance has a lot to prove. LGD has a lot to groove, and we'll throw it on over to our...
Black is mad because I took his muffin at breakfast.
Shouldn't take my muffin. Put it over to the casters. Thank you very much.
PSG.LGD versus Alliance, a hype matchup. I think everybody is looking towards this one for one of the most exciting of the day for meme potential and just to see which teams can prove it. Owen, what are you looking forward to?
Well, I've got to agree with I'm looking forward to this Nico baby Slark. You know, if he was ever going to prove anything for the team, this would be the carry for him to be on. So very excited to see what he's going to be able to pull off with the Slark. Because no, overall, I think it's a pretty good Slark game. I think Nico baby is going to be feeling very confident here with that last pick.
Yeah, have we gotten any Slarks? I don't think we did get a single one. At least not that I saw.
No, I mean, if there would have been
right?
one. Yeah, hardly. It's not been a hero at all. I mean, what are the reasons for that? You know, what are the reasons why we haven't seen this hero being picked up?
As Brian has said, he just doesn't feel strong versus the meta carries at the moment. Also, his laning phase can just get punished very hard. So can definitely see the reasons why they went for it this game, as we do see PSG.LGD going for more of a greedy type of style draft with the Snapfire Phoenix supports. We've seen them do this a lot of times, but we'll see. I'm really looking forward to see what Nico Baby can do. He's also versus the Magnus, so you can have some fun in the lane with the Pounce, you know, versus the Skewer. So let's see what ends up happening right here at the start, because Alliance, this does look like a bread and butter Alliance lineup, which has been fitting the meta of the tournament for me. When I even saw Alliance at the DPC, they seemed like they were already prepared for this fast-paced meta that has been set here. So yeah, really looking forward to see what Limp can do on a very staple hero, his Death Prophet. Seen it so many times, and we did see PSG.LGD, they reacted. You know, they saw this Death Prophet, they maybe weren't thinking to run this Magnus mid, they switch it up. They do pick up that Puck, which has been super popular, but it is a Puck into a Lion.
It is, so yeah, there's nothing to say. He's going to have to be very careful when Hanskin is around. And you do like that they swapped it, even though it does mean that bottom you have the mag against the Slark? Or is that not too bad for the I mean, how bad is this for the Magnus?
I think it's fine because there's a Wyvern, who is just traditionally a weaker laner. And I think the Magnus overall, like you look at just base damage, Magnus's stats are just insane. So your lane is just really strong, and you're able to trade nicely because you're not really about right clicks anymore when you are playing this off lane. Seen so many times it's 2-0-2 build. Then you start going back for your Empower perhaps at level 5. Sometimes maybe if you see a situation at level 4, you can get that point in Empower, but you're just able to trade so well, so effectively with a hero like Slark. Shockwave is an insane ability, let's be honest. The 9-second slow duration, pulling you back slightly. It's
look at this top.
0.9 seconds, sorry.
Hanskin.
Oh, Hanskin. He's getting aggro.
Fire. He's going to try for the denied to Roche. Oh, and he's got enough damage here from Roshan coming out. So a nice move here from White, in a sense, to make sure that Alliance don't get that first blood quite yet.
Hanskin's been incredibly impressive throughout the season, improved a lot since the last time around. His Lion in particular was one of the stronger ones that I had seen, so looking forward to what he's going to be able to do there. We also have to talk about Limp, you know, this Death Prophet pick. I think this hero's been kind of slept on for me. Sure, we've seen a little bit more from the China region, but the silence in general is so strong, and you know, Spirit Siphon is pretty much your ultimate, which could be really effective this game versus a hero like Morphling, but Morphling can also turn into Death Prophet and use Spirit Siphon against her, so we'll have to see all those fun mechanics as the game does progress.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing Limp off to a very good start in the mid matchup. Yeah. 11 for 3 against the 6 for 0. You know, he's turned up ready to play here, Limp. Perfect start in the first few waves.
And Nothing to Say has been a beast of his own inside that mid lane. Just in the 1v1 matchup, he's been winning most of them. So Limp can butt right now. Top, we see the Morphling. I thought he might get a bit more pressured, but I guess because Innocence, the Phoenix drew the attention of the Lion out of the lane so much. We see Ame with 10 and 9 last hits right now to the Centaur only has 5 and 1. So S4 is getting out CS quite hard right now.
Let's show them.
Yeah, very impressive start here for the Morphling. And down bottom, you know, not as many denies, but a lot of last hits here from Nico Babies. They're going to get aggressive. The Skewer backs there onto FNG. Heal himself up a bit with the cold embrace, and all these creeps blocking him off though. It's going to mean that can he actually get away from this? He's over the cliffs. Another shockwave's out, dragging him back into the blast of Jin Q. PSG.LGD will finish him off, get the first blood.
I like the skill build too. Jinq has been one of the few players of Snapfire that I've seen him completely skip Little Shredder a lot of times, especially in this matchup when you're playing versus like the Cold Embrace. He's a big fan of maxing Scatterblast. He's a very greedy player, so I do like that they went for this approach with Magnus versus this weaker safe lane. Even though I say weaker, Nico Baby's still up to 19 last hits, but they are able to get that first blood. Puts the second point in the Scatterblast too, so it will be that high burst.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, and also on top of that, the fact that, you know, it's just not a lane duo where you shred them and your core's going to get a lot of right clicks in, right? You know, Magnus, sure, he hits hard, but he's not really going to get the chance to trade right clicks that easy, especially against a Slark. So it's just all about amping up that burst and having that potential to catch Alliance off guard and blow them up. Yeah,
it's really hard to trade back versus Snapfire when you have this build because you're more reliant about using it. So even just that little bit of attack speed slow, that little movement slow, these things add up when you have a hero like Magnus who can utilize Cookie at its maximum, pull them out of position, and then a Scatter Blast slow plus a Shockwave slow. There's a lot of chase potential in this lane. FNG has to be very cautious of his position.
Trying to get an aggressive onto Ame, but it's just gonna quite have to burst to take him down in the lane as long as he plays safe enough. And with the stick and the Morbid Mask, he's more than likely to remain at a decent enough HP. Hanskin trying his best to push him back. Already Y making these pulls, keeping the lane in good position for Ame to farm safely underneath his tower. Bottom, Nico Baby
up nicely too.
Gonna be able to find the chance to go for Jinq. Jinq's fine, and this mid lane, soon the level 6 is going to be there for Limp, probably after this creep wave. So now you got to start looking out for that early pressure that Limp's going to put on, and how Nothing to Say responds to it.
And see if we do have rotations coming in. This has been the big thing that's been staple of this tournament is 3-man collapse from the supports onto mid lane as soon as those ults come out. So let's see who makes the move first. Limp about to hit 6. Let's see if Hanskin looks to go toward that mid and push the tower pre-puck level 6. He's gonna run into Innocence. They're doing a lot of stacking on LGD. Makes sense too, of course, as we said, greedier type of drafts coming from them with the Magnus, the Morphling, and the 2 greedier supports as well. And Jinq will get caught out.
There we go. Yeah, this time around they can get on top of him a little too far forward, and Fabian not able to head over and help.
He's very far on the side. And here comes that move. You see FNG, after they get that kill, he starts to make the move toward mid. Hanskin gets a ward up, looking to collapse onto mid too. Limp, keeping his catapult alive. He's going to be able to bring down the enemy catapult too nicely. So they're going to have that extra siege wave plus exorcism to push this tower. LGD also making their move around mid, and as we said, look at Y in the meantime though. As he is going here, he's double stacking camps. So they have a triple stack hard camp and a triple or quad stack on this medium camp. He missed that one, so
this
still
is going to be beautiful for PSG.LGD's cause to clean up when they want to. Nothing to say on Y. Thinking about heading up into the triangle, but not quite look for that. Two of them still hunting for action here with the Dream Coil. At their
catapult just dies.
Bottom lane. I see them getting onto Fabian again. Good Splinter Blast from FNG, slowing him down. He's able to skewer back underneath the tower, though they won't finish him off this time.
I guess they couldn't make up a push with Limp in the mid lane. The catapult just walks into tower and dies when he goes invis, so not able to hit this tower almost at all here with that first one. And he's gonna look to make a move early on. Level 7, Max Siphon. He wants to make his way top. It is spotted, that ward is there, and the puck is gonna start working on these huge stacks as we were talking about. But it's under vision. So Limp considering contesting.
Definitely making it a lot harder for PSG.LGD to really commit for them. Yeah, Limp's going to drop the ghost.
He's ulting it. Oh, I love it.
If he could take this away, this is going to be a big loss here for PSG.LGD if they can't do anything about Limp getting these stacks with the exorcism. And I don't think they can. I mean, what do they do about this? I think they just have to let them have them.
Your draft is way too slow paced. Unless you bring the Magnus over as well, there's not really a way you can contest this. I really like this exorcism from Limp. It's a bit of a weird one, but
and he kills Phoenix
as he finishes. He died in base.
Damage on the wall. I mean, my goodness, I don't think this could be going any better for Limp. The amount that he's getting from the lane, from this aggressive movement into the jungle, and picking up a kill on the way.
And they're maximizing too. FNG takes the mid lane while Limp takes those stacks. So you may have not gotten tower pressure out of your exorcism, but you denied a lot of farm away from the side of PSG.LGD. That puck, Nothing to Say, is going to be quite sad. Still, I do believe has, just a double stack on the other side. Jinq's been preparing, going for a third stack. Phillies do still have that option, but again, Alliance, they could be prepared to steal them again. As bottom rune does spawn, FNG. Instant Cold Embrace.
They're going to just Yeah, they got the burst to take him out. He's got backup coming in. They're trying to bring him down. FNG's off to the side. He's actually away. He's going to live. They turn with the Hex. The stomp from Hanskin out onto the two of them. Alliance going to be able to take both kills. They don't even lose their Wyvern. FNG making it out there thanks to the Stampede from S4. That's big moves continue to come out from Alliance with these early aggressive plays.
Such nice teamwork too. That Hex doesn't even get an extra auto attack off to finish off the Wyvern. Then he gets the two-man impale. Great teamwork coming out from Alliances. S4, he's got his Vanguard done up top too. He was suffering a little bit versus the Morphling. Still seeing Ame have 25 denies, but 50 last hits on S4. He's happy. And bottom, Hanskin, finding another.
Another catch. And he was thinking about dropping an RP, but of course with the Dark Pact available, that wasn't going to do anything. Jinq. He's also going to get chased down. It's going to be another kill, another stack here for Nico Baby. As he's got a double kill, 3 permanent stacks here already on the safe lane Slark. Alliance there, they're turning up with the heat turned up as well. This is some fast and furious Dota here in the first 9 minutes from Alliance.
Great moves. Just really expecting everything, it seems like, from PSG.LGD. They're playing this more greedy style here. They're contesting the stacks. They've lost 2 of their wards while going for them. We do see that both top vision was taken out from the side of PSG.LGD, but great aggressive moves. Enabling your Slark, enabling your Death Prophet, Exorcism back up too, warding to block the camp. There's already preemptive sentry wards placed from PSG.LGD, but the idea is there from Alliance so far, and it's working great here this early game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Overall, Ame not too far behind on his farm.
No, he's still doing great.
Of course, for those first few items before he can really turn up and do anything when Alliance are bringing these sort of fights. And everyone's going to be looked for here. 10-minute rune. Going to be a haste. Very nice here for Limp. The Exorcism good to go as well, so could try and put some pressure on mid. PSG.LGD, they are relatively set up though for that sort of move. YN, nothing to say.
Tower is under
Moving
attack.
around, ready to clear the wave out, make it a little harder for Alliance to get that pressure in on them.
So nothing to say, he's gone for the Veil build this game. Works really well with his 2 supports, as well as we've mentioned. Greedy supports that take some time to kick in, but once they do have their ults, they're going to be really strong. That Veil is going to make it really hard for these team fights for Alliance. The burst potential onto Limp will be huge. However, Limp, he's got a haste rune. He's level 9. I like that he's gone for this treads, this stat kind of build too, so he's a little bit more tanky so he can survive the initial onslaught. If he's able to just get his siphons out, he's very likely to live if they don't just 100 to 0 him. PSG.LGD, they're making the move as well. Level 6 on the Snapfire, not quite on the Phoenix.
Dire are scanning.
He'll need a kill to get that.
Dire's top tower is under
Stampede is ready.
Open up onto S4. Drop the drink one down straight away. They've got the kisses coming in for the side. The curse is going to be used on nothing to say to hold in position. S4 will still go down. They'll get nothing to say in return. Limp charging forward here with the S4 Stampede as he got it off before he did go down. Egg comes out. Limp will cut it out to the side for now. They won't look to try and commit to take it down. Faith Beyond dragging. Hands get back with the shockwave, but it's not quite back in range of the Supernova. Turn for the start onto Faith Beyond. Limp still continues to try and play as aggressive as possible. Nico Baby's looking for his target. Hounds is going to be off the mark. Won't quite catch on to Innocence. Having to use the Shadow Dance here. Still looking to get in on this. The silence out onto the 2 of them. They're committing onto Jinq with the Dark Pact. They'll get the kill. The Lions, they'll be able to take down a second. The tower, though, will be held by PSG.LGD.
Phoenix hits 6 because they get the kill on the Centaur. FNG almost gets the save, and Hanskin with that quick finger onto the puck will finish him off. Decent hold, but decent aggression still from Alliance. They're forcing so much reaction. And I do believe Nico Baby, he did get the permanent agi, right? Yeah, he's got 1 more. So he's at 4 stacks already.
He got the hit in. Yeah.
Restored vitality.
He's going to be able to continue to build up his stats here with the Echo Saber into S and Y, making sure that he's completely battle ready. Faith Beyond's got the blink though, so next fight round, they will have that RP good to go.
Better form to, now they have a better form to initiate rather than the puck needing to get out of position to initiate, as we saw there. That's why he got caught by the initial hex. S4 is just taking the tower. Retaliate.
Bottom tower is under
easily
attack.
dropping this one down. Don't know if they're going to be able to contest this one. Puck is still staying in the area, maybe calling for help. And S4 will give a little bit more respect to it, even though he has the backup of FNG. Feeling a little bit scared to walk up. Stampede coming back up though, 5 seconds, starting to feel a bit better. Veil's gonna get pushed out, and PSG.LGD, they don't want to let this one go down. Bringing Faith Beyond over, even Ame in the area farming the Ancients. They can't lose these tier 1s too early. Yeah, and losing these tier 1s is so important because they know it's greedy draft. Morphling needs time to be able to farm and catch up. If they start losing these towers too early, then they just have easy access points to get on top of Morphling, get deep wards down. Then they can just get hexes and silences from tree lines. There it is, S4 takes it out. PSG
top
can't
lane.
respond. And top.
Asken, he's got the opening between the control of the Lion and the pounce of the Slark. There's no escape for Innocent. That's a kill and a tower.
Now they can get in. Now they can invade. Tower's dead. Mid tower's dead too. They can start getting that deep vision up that we were talking about to watch the Morphling's movements. So Ame probably just has to play on the bottom side of the map at this point because it's just going to be too scary. His jungle, his Ancients are going to be a bit tough. Ancients probably still okay, but we'll start to get pressured more here from Alliance soon. Limp already level 11. Yules is finished. Soon to have that level 2 Exorcism online too for even more added pressure. As Hanskin's gonna have Blink Dagger, by the way. With all his excellent moves he's had this game, 1-0-5, he's about to have it done. That's gonna be huge versus this Puck, versus this Morphling. They're not gonna expect this that early.
No, for sure. I mean, that's the thing, right? For PSG.LGD, even though Ame is getting this far, it's not that easy of a morph game. A lot of things he's got to watch out for when he enters the balance.
Yeah. Absolutely, and there's a save too, and there's silences, there's hexes, there's so many different things that they do have to be careful of. As for now, starting to siege top, Cold Embrace, plus just retaliate onto the tower, starting to get sieged.
Dire structures
taking a lot of objectives here. PSG.LGD, at the best though, they are keeping that net worth difference as small as possible, making sure that they're still picking up the farm on their two main cores. They're going to try and hit Alliance with a smoke. See if they can catch Alliance from an angle that they won't quite expect. All ultimates to the ready. The full team fight combo ready to go here from PSG.LGD.
Blink is coming out on the courier still for the Puck. It's about to be delivered. Nico Baby scouts them. They're going to get the grab.
The start. The opening silence into the RP, but the curse comes out. That will stop the skewer back and therefore give the chance for Nico Baby to step out to the side. Might be ready to even go back in on this Alliance. They're already looking to head in onto Fabian. Fabian's got to step out. There's the egg. Put the egg out, but they'll be able to take it down immediately as the Supernova falls. Egg keeping himself alive with the Cold Embrace. Will still get blasted down by Shinky with the Scatter Blast. Alliance, they're backing off. And a little low at the moment. The buyback coming out straight away from Y as Alliance will respect that. Make sure they don't lose anything unnecessarily.
And there we do see the power that I was mentioning earlier is... Although you have Death Prophet, who pseudo has 2 ultimates, that just means that Morphling gets Spirit Siphoned. So you see Ame is able to zone 3 or 4 heroes away from himself just because he's Spirit Siphoned up. They can't focus fire the Morphling. But decent aggression still from Alliance, only losing their 5 position, forcing a buyback. And that was all the ults from LGD, and they can't even get a big kill when they initiated onto that Slark. Back toward their side, S4, he's going to finish his Blink over here, so multiple different forms of initiation on both sides. Still going to be eyes on Hanskin for me. If he can get the grab, if he gets the instant disable on either the Puck or the Morphling, they could just delete the hero immediately inside the fight. So
they've got to get these items to try and save him. I mean, we've got the 4 staff being worked upon by Jinkyu, so at least some way to try and separate Ame, or nothing to say from the burst combo that Alliance will bring.
He's got a mech too. I'm actually surprised how quick he was able to get it. 3 and 4 of this game. Bit of a looked like a slower start for him than usual, but still somehow finds this mech early on. So they have a save as well on their side, just like FNG has his built-in Cold Embrace. He is going to go toward that Holy Locket build too that we've been seeing popularized so much on this Wyvern, that level 10 talent once he gets it. Might be some damage issues. There's a lot of magic damage though that PSG.LGD has set themselves up with. Top tower, Catapult still alive, S4 tanking with Retaliate. Feels like LGD needs a bit more time before they can fight again.
Yeah, I think, Ame, you look towards him. He's got to get that BKB done, ideally, for PSG.LGD before he chooses to actively get involved again.
So one of the first times I feel like I'm seeing a 3rd item, or kind of like a 2nd item, Aeon disc on the Puck. Nothing to say, really starting to feel the pressure of how much he's going to have to throw his body in to allow his Morphling and his Magnus to get the proper initiations on afterwards. He might just have to like suicide play into the back to find this Lion. Or he might just feel like they're always going to be under the vision themselves. They are playing versus Slark, so it can be difficult as Alliance continuing to set the tempo into the Roche Pit with level 2 Exorcism. Don't think PSG.LGD is expecting this one. Don't think they're going to make it in time either.
No, not at all. They're still waiting back around Ame.
They get the scan.
They've got to make moves very carefully around their Morphling.
They get the scan, but I don't think they're making it in time. It's under vision too. They're smoking, but they see this. Alliance is going to be ready for it. S4 is low. They're going to smoke back.
The Aegis going to be healed nicely up by the Cold Embrace. They're more than fine. PSG.LGD not able to make the hit in time.
Too quick from Alliance.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
PSG.LGD still sort of posturing around mid. Unlikely to get anything going here as Alliance. They've split themselves back up. Nico Baby back to the safety of the bottom half of the map. Feeding through the triangle as well, Alliance. So they'll happily, you know, hit creeps as well here. Nico Baby, after the start, he's had 4-0-1. Gonna have some solid scaling potential this game.
Yeah, and his next pickup is going to be that big one, right? He's got already the status resist that's very nice versus the Puck versus the Magnus. The next item pickup he gets is going to be devastating. That Scotty versus the Morphling is going to be very strong. Ame, though, as we've said, quiet but steady. Top of that net worth still. Giving a lot of farm to Xingqiu. I've noticed this multiple times. Xingqiu's just taking farm away, even when the Morphling's coming toward him, he's taking it. They're really prioritizing this 4-step for him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, I think he knows, right? Ame knows that that force is going to save Ame's life against things such as the Pound. So very important for Xingqiu to get that ready as soon as possible, especially in this window where Ame is going to need that little bit longer of a time to get his next item, which actually it does forego the BKB. He's going for the Skadi. So feeling that maybe, you know, the rest of the team, the 4-star, the cookies, that's going to be enough to sort of break him out of the combos. Does definitely mean that vulnerability will be there, though. A lot of things, as we've said, can catch out this Morphling. He's going to have to play some perfect Dota, which of course he has done in the past.
And they do have ways to keep heroes inside. Like, they have the Coil, they have the Magnus RP, so if he can stick on Limp, that's going to reduce a lot of that healing effectiveness from the Spirit Siphon. So if he's able to get it at a good time, still can see LGD taking these fights in the next few moments, but there's still an Aegis, so a little bit of a tough window here. While Alliance can continue to press this advantage. Swinging around door bottom, another smoke. Claiming the high ground. Hunt's going to place another deep ward, it looks like. And Xingqiu getting hunted.
They scanned him out. They know he's in the trees, they drop a scan, and they're able to get in and collect themselves what should be another stack here for Nico Baby. Xingqiu, oh, the cookie!
Tower is under attack.
Oh, all right, he's over the trees and he's away.
The Mac.
They don't quite have enough. Xingqiu, he's going to live this time round. The Mac enough to just burst heal him back to safety.
That is a Stampede used to go for that aggression. They will be able to finish off the tower, but on the other side too, PSG.LGD, they're pushing mid, they're pushing top. They're getting space on the map. That 2k gold advantage down to 1k.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
This is PSG.LGD definitely getting a better grip of the game after what was quite a fast opening here from Alliance top. He's going to get the catch on to the Morphling. The Supernova's down. They'll push Nico Baby off to the side. And this commitment of the egg will be enough to stop Alliance from being able to continue off the back of that jump onto the Morph. If he can catch anyone out of this, we're going to have the TP gone for by Y, and with that, he's away. Nothing else to put it to an end. So good disengage there from PSG.LGD as soon as the jump was made from Alliance.
See how fast that 4-staff was? Faith Beyond almost knew it was coming. It was instant to push the Morphling away, knowing that if they don't get the chain stun, Ame's likely to live in most of these. That's why we're seeing that big prioritization to give the farm to Xingqiu as well to get a secondary one. All these different displacement mechanics versus that Lion chain stun will be pretty huge. They're claiming it back 10 to 3,
they're going to have a third 4-staff as well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and you notice Y is also picking one up. I was wondering if maybe he goes greedy.
They're so strong this game.
Yep. Max Sunray too, for that heal, for that damage potential too. FNG, he's got the Holy Locket, he's got his max heal. Likely to get the talent next point at level 11. And that's going to be the Scotty pretty much done for the Morphling. So still very even game here. Although Alliance been able to set the tempo.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
LGD's
attack.
kept their cool. Still in Aegis for about 50 more seconds. Alliance looking to keep their advantage up by taking the high ground with it for a moment. Passing off sentries also to Nico Baby, so he's going to be able to get this D ward any second now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
PSG.LGD just leading the way into their jungle. See if he can get the jump. He's going to show mid.
Is under attack.
Benji's watching from the side with the curse at the availability, but PSG.LGD being very careful with their positioning, not to get caught on the wrong side of this mid lane, and they'll smoke up themselves. They want to try and catch Alliance by surprise.
Under attack.
They see S4.
Oh, they're going to jump straight away. Faith Beyond. He's just going to drop the RP onto FNG, get themselves the guaranteed kill on the Wyvern. No messing around from PSG.LGD. They'll take the kill.
That ward didn't get that ward didn't get dewarded. The one that the Slark was standing on, he didn't know that it was still there because he was just playing in the area farming the neutral, so his Shadow Dance was obviously not on when he was farming. So they do get the quick, easy jump, but it is 2 ults used. So Alliance, they're going to have FNG back up in about 15 seconds. Let's see if they try to make any move with him when he does respawn. Level 2 Finger on line 2 for Hunskin, and he gets a lens, so further cast range. But on the other side here, too, we do have Puck now with the Dagon. So I have to watch out for Hunskin's positioning, because he's in one-shot range now. A Dagon plus a combo, he's just gone. LGD just playing farm game. I'm just watching Jin-Q farm. Look at him top. He's just taking now a hard camp as well.
Yeah,
he's just been farming. He's just been chilling. He was at 38 last hits like what, 6 minutes ago. Now he's at 62. He's just running around the map, getting all this space too. LGD is weathering the storm.
No, they really are. And if you look at this game sort of in the long run, I mean, you know, what if this morph does get super stacked? You know, Ame has the arms to protect himself. You know, the E-Blade to blow up the enemies. Yeah, you know, once he has maybe the BKB still after the E-Blade. Yeah, what are the odds of him sort of being able to be the bigger carry in the late game? Like, how do you fancy his chances against the scalability of Nico, baby?
It does look pretty good. He does have a little bit of an Empower as well, which, sure, you don't get cleave, but it's base damage, and Morphling loves base damage, any type of add-on. So Empower still will be useful, and he's got great team fight cores around him. Still going to be a lot up to initiation, though. I think this whole game is going to be that initiation, since there is a Lion, so you can just delete a hero. There's also a Puck on the other side, so you can just delete the Lion from the fights. So Lion still has to be careful, but LGD does have to be cautious as well with their positioning. So very even.
Both teams just doing a solid job of making sure that their carry is pretty much never left alone. Always playing around the farming patterns of their position 1. Full on with the protection, the backup ready to go.
Nico Baby's gonna have his Scotty finished, and he's got a DD in the bottle. And the other thing I do want to mention is just this 4-staff thing that they've gone for. It makes a lot of sense, not only versus that line, but I know Slark, right? I know BSJ loves to hammer this one in, but Slark hates to play versus 4-staff. If he can't stick on targets, he can't do anything inside of the fights. They're just going to kite him a lot. He does have Stampede, though, and he does have Initiation. He does have Line, that hard disable, to be able to keep them in place. Let's see if they can get it. And he off, though. It's slowed down a lot, 10-4. Feels like it's been 10-3 or 9-3 throughout the last, like, 10-plus minutes or so. LGD just dodging, and it is paying off.
It really is. I think LGD is going to be very happy with the slowdown of the pace, considering how many fast moves Alliance were making at the start.
Agreed.
And this is the sort of stronghold we've seen PSG.LGD get on some of these games where they haven't been having the most amazing laning stages. We've seen this sort of before.
Hex on Puck.
As top lane. They're trying to get the jump on and nothing to say, but he's forced out to the side. I'm going to try and punch back a bit at PSG.LGD. They'll burn through S4. Nico Baby still trying to find a target, but the orb's back up. Nothing to say is away. Yeah, getting the catch is definitely proving to get harder and harder for Alliance.
They just disengage immediately, too, on PSG.LGD. They see the DD Slark. They're like, all right, let's just wait till DD's over, keep farming our side, keep playing defensively with these 4-staffs. Wait till Ame says he's ready. Ame nearly has his Ethereal Blade done, too, after that Scotty. He's just been quietly farming and farming, sitting at a very high HP pool, too. Very important to point out. 2,000 HP. He's not sitting at some, like, 1,200 HP, 1 strength. No, he's keeping himself healthy. Just
F4. They get the jump on white. They're going to get him out to the side. Is it enough? No, the Hex is there. Continue to keep him locked down. So the Skewer attempt to block paper behind. Dreamcore dropped down onto S4, but the cold embrace is there from FNG. I'll heal him up for now. Nico Baby keeping his distance as PSG.LGD get back up to the high ground. Death on the Phoenix here.
It's a big kill, though, because that's still the death from earlier where he bought back. Look how long his death timer is. So it is 50 seconds. They check the Roche. Not going to be super lucky. 50 seconds until it respawns. Phoenix will be back in time for it. And that does mean that Ame will get time to finish his E-Blade before the fight. 2K advantage now for LGD, even though they lose the fight. Lose one hero at least. Still splitting up and getting all the farm. Alliance really reliant about that quick Roche, but it's not going to spawn. And we do see now Jin-Q. They've gotten themselves another stun mechanic. He's bought himself the shard. Anything else from Alliance just yet? I don't see. No. No, they spammed the smokes early game on the side of Alliance. I think LGD still have one. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they still have one.
Are scanning.
going to come at, as you say, this time where Roche is now about to respawn. So it's going to be up here for Alliance. PSG.LGD,
Nice rune.
they smoke up and head over. They could hit Alliance at a pretty good time here.
Puck coils back up in 1 second. Limp finds himself an Arcane Rune, but as we said, initiation is going to be crucial in this game for both sides. Kisses to
They're
slow
going
it
to start
down.
opening up with the kisses. Yeah, start to split Alliance away from the pit.
They're dewarding the area now too on the side of PSG.LGD. And there's the Evil done.
Oh,
Nico.
grab on Nico, baby.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Alliance, they're actually going to start hitting the Roche. They feel confident. They're more than happy for a fight to be taken their direction. They'll start to look to take down Roshan. Still got the Dream Coil and the RP. Ame is ready to fight.
Yeah. FNG finds himself a bit of a nice RNG item, gets himself a headband, so staying further out of the fight.
Radiant's middle tower is
Alliance,
under
they're
attack.
trying to wrap around it. Coming in from the top, they've got the lead in. Again, 4-star, gets away from Nico, baby. They get the skewer off onto Nico, baby. Try looking down, the Dark Pact and Shadow Dancer already on. Nico, baby, having a reset bit with the Shadow Dancer, going to head over towards nothing to save the Endless, because that's put the Supernova. Down Pete out from S4 there. He's coming to take down the egg, they'll be able to do so. Now he's going to get locked down, but at the same time, the curse is there. FNG have to come in with the counterplay. Locks down Faith Beyond as Alliance can turn, bring down the Magnus. Trying to head for more here as the burst damage from Ame puts up Hansken. Buybacks coming out from PSG.LGD. They know how important this fight is to win around the Roche respawn. They'll try and push Alliance away. Exorcism still up for a good bit of time. Ame, he's just going to walk in and start hitting Roche straight up. S4 comes in with a Hoostone. They've got the silence. Ame getting forced to the side. Fabian tries to find the skewer, won't get a grab. Nothing to say, jumps in with the burst onto FNG. They brought down the Wyvern. Buybacks coming out from both supports of Alliance. Catch you, Nico, baby. See if you can maybe find the puck, but nothing to say. Deep into the trees. Resets back to base to get the mana up. And both teams here committing their buybacks. They know how important it is to keep control of this potentially game-changing, game-defining second Roshan. They cannot let the opposition get it either way.
Important to point out, it wasn't Arcane Rune usage on the Death Prophet, so that Exorcism's going to come up a bit faster than maybe LGD will be ready for. They don't have coils for 8 seconds. RP cooldown for 60. Still have to play in the area.
There's going to be these timings that will indeed favor Alliance. Alliance have the short ones as well, of course, with their control. The curse is back up as well for the next fight.
This is a scary situation to be in, though. It's a Morphling with a DD. So that can be one of those big difference makers. Your Death Prophet, who is very tanky, could just die instantly. And also, FNG is so important in these fights. If he dies again, that's going to be all the save mechanic gone for Alliance. And we've seen what LGD's going for. They're just looking for these squishier back lines. FNG and Hansken have to be so aware of their position.
They've got the BKB done on Nico, baby, now as well.
Okay.
So he's going to be a lot harder to jump and won't be as reliant on the save of FNG. He's got the Roshan. They know that they're going for it. They're going to want to head over. 10 seconds pretty much till RP is back up. Supernova is there, but they've got to make the jump soon. Getting the spirits in, trying to slow this down. Begin to push Alliance away from this. That's why he's going to get healed up by the Cold Embrace, but he's going to help the pit face behind. Jones with a skewer back. And Ame's in! Ame's in! He's able to get the kill. He gets the Aegis. They'll get the hex up onto Ame. And Ame is able to pick up the rewards of Roger. She's still on the ground. Fabian's going to be able to walk back and grab that. The curse will come out. Sure, the Phoenix's life has been lost. FNG, he's not getting out with a TP. The skewer's there. TP's cancel as PSG.LGD take a fight at the perfect time around Roche. Ame gets it, he gets the kill, he gets the Aegis, he gets the shard. Fabian, he's able to waltz in after it all and pick up the cheese on top of it as PSG.LGD bump themselves a significant lead now, 6k ahead of Alliance.
Just the buff up Ame strat. Do you see how much damage he had there? He had plus 400, so hitting for 700 damage on the Morphling with the waveform attack targets. So it just waves through, one-shots a couple heroes, hits Roche 2 very quickly, and everything thrown on him. They throw the Lotus Orb to protect him from the silences. They reflect the Spirit Siphon too. Alliance can't contest into it, and they didn't have Exorcism. Now it's up, but now it's too late. LGD onto the high ground, 8k gold lead. Ame's a monster.
Yeah, he really is. He's been playing the game silently. But yes, PSG.LGD, you can tell that they felt confident all along that this Morph, he is gonna come in with a big impact. Ame's farm on point for the opening 30 minutes or so. Now we've hit this stage. He's turning up 4K ahead now of NicoBaby's Slark. He is completely taking over the game, despite the fact they do have lockdown and control. It doesn't matter at this point because of how well PSG.LGD as a team have itemized to make sure this Morphling pops off.
These four staffs are just not letting Slark play Slark. He's just getting completely danced around, and their big team fight, it is starting to pay off. Just dropping the ult around the pit. Alliance in a very difficult position now.
So hard to kill this Morph. BKB, Aegis. How on earth do you kill Ame? 2-0-4. He's had a perfect game so far.
And you know what the sad thing is too? They might just end up leaving this game on Alliance. If they don't end up getting the next big team fight somehow won, they might end up losing the game with NicoBaby on 6-0. Maybe he gets a couple kills on the supports, but when you see these kill scores, same thing for Limp. He's 3-0-4, but they're just dodging them in the fights. They're going for these backline supports every single time on the side of PSG.LGD. Really recognizing what they got to go for, and who the main focus is just buff up the Ame strat. I believe this is Solo Crest now done too.
Pays off.
Yeah, definitely. Solo Crest done for Xingqiu, so another buff up for him.
Set up in the trees alliance.
He's got an Aegis.
But for what? What can they do? Such a hard jump. Who are they going to go for? In with the who stop there. The whole team's pretty much here for PSG.LGD. Focus down Xingqiu. They will be able to take out the Snapfire. Over to the side. Lion's been caught. That's Hansken down. PSG.LGD, they've got Ame just fighting strong here on the front lines, turning into the DP, using the Cypher to keep himself fine. NicoBaby, he'll drop down the Death Shroud, but it will come to an end. S4 trying to get the jump back in onto Ame, but he can't land the who stop. In the trees, they're pushing in. RP's down to be able to skewer back the two of them. They will turn over towards Faith behind the Sunray. He'll come out from wide. Ame commits it onto S4. The curse will hold him back, but S4, he's already gone down. E-Blade onto FNG. Is FNG trying to hide in the trees, but the burst from the two of them. Ame, nothing to say, takes him out. NicoBaby trying his best to work through the backlines. He's found why. They can't
this is what they wanted.
anything more here, Alliance, with 3 heroes down. PSG.LGD, they take down the objective. They push on.
Exactly.
The 3 cores remaining alive. Ame, just, I mean, you saw how aggressive he was able to play. They're just right in the middle of it all. Alliance, they had to ignore him, but of course that just means at this point that he is able to get the objectives, get the kills. It's definitely seeing like Alliance just, how do they deal with this more? NicoBaby, he's going to go for the aggressive jump in. Force staff out to the side, will break Ame away. 10 seconds until BKB back up. He's in with a skewer. They will be able to pop the Aegis there as they'll take down the Morphling at once. But the chain control down to NicoBaby. NicoBaby is popping the BKB. Hex will come out to control Ame. NicoBaby's got to run, but Ame, he's going to be in with a chase. NicoBaby's trying to hide in the trees, but the BKB comes to an end. They're jumping over the burst damage to Death Shroud. It's giving safety, but the kisses are coming in from the side. The nukes there from Ame. That's NicoBaby out of the game for 80. They'll take down S4 as well. There's both cores down, no buybacks. PSG.LGD, they're able to run it down the bottom lane and now can look towards to these high ground objectives. With 2 heroes down, I don't think Alliance can push them back.
That might just be the game. They don't have Slark for 70 seconds. They don't have Death Prophet ulti. This is exactly how LGD wants to take the fights. They just go for the supports. They're like, okay, kite the Death Prophet, kite the Slark, who cares? Then we just aim it.
Look at that shot.
Nothing to say.
Nothing to say. He knows he has to burst straight in on a Hansken. Limp getting torn out of his base here. The big skewer coming through from Faith behind. The BKB, it's not giving it any protection at all with the physical damage coming out, and they know they'll tap out. They cannot turn things around against this Morph. It's too late. GG is called. Game 1. After a confident, strong start from Alliance.